Hello, my name is Kelly Phillips, and I will be doing the first part of the presentation, and then I will pass it on to my partner, Lita An, who will do the second part. So our presentation is going to be on the MLife Rewards Mastercard credit card launch in Northfield Park. The agenda for this presentation will go through the company overview, and then I will discuss the macro and micro environments, moving on towards the goals and objectives. I will then pass it on over to Lita to discuss section 3 and 4, which is technology and ROI calculations, and then she'll end it off with evaluation. MGM Resorts International is a global entertainment company with national and international locations. There is approximately 30 resort properties, both in US and internationally, and 14 of those locations reside in Las Vegas. Within the multiple resorts, MGM Resorts has multiple avenues of revenue and engagement with their guests. Their core database lies within the MLife Rewards loyalty program, where guests can sign up to receive savings on bookings, personalized offers, and earn points to redeem for room stays, dining, and casino play. The additional technology systems are then tied to the core of that loyalty program. The MGM Resorts mobile app gives guests access to their digital room key and mobile check-in. BetMGM was actually recently launched as the company's sports betting mobile app, and that offers a complete selection of online wagering options, including parlays, live in-game betting, props, and more. And finally, the company has its own credit card program, the MLife Rewards Mastercard. And this program is tied very closely to the loyalty program. So MGM Resorts utilizes these various technology systems to engage with their customers by offering different marketing initiatives, collecting data, and ultimately giving them a better experience as they interact with the brand. The MLife Rewards Mastercard program allows members to earn points at a faster rate on their loyalty account through credit cards usage. In turn, MGM is contracted to receive allotted payment amounts from both MasterCard and First National Bank of Omaha, or FNBO, after each customer is approved for the card and also based on the customer spend. Since the launch in 2016, the MLife Rewards Mastercard program has seen significant success as the forecasted revenue has exceeded budgeted goals each year, with the exception of 2020, of course, due to the pandemic. So now the company is looking towards pivoting to implementing the credit card in Ohio at the MGM Northfield Park location. So now I'm going to discuss the opportunities and threats within the macro environment. The main opportunity for MGM to implement the credit card is the positive financial impact. Travel and tourism is slowly recovering from the COVID-19 pandemic, so that will have a greater potential and increased foot traffic within the resorts, including Northfield Park. One of the greatest channels that the MLife Rewards Mastercard program has is the on-property instant issuance, which this allows the customer to apply directly on property for the credit card. And if the customer is approved, they are given a live card, which allows them to start using it immediately. Since MGM earns revenue on both acquisition and spend, the increase in travel is a great opportunity to grow the program. The second opportunity is that in order to be an MLife Rewards Mastercard holder, you must be part of the MLife Rewards loyalty program. So this can help the company not only acquire more credit card holders, but also grow the loyalty program as well. Moving on to threats. The most prominent threat for MGM is the rise in identity theft and credit card fraud. So this is an enormous issue when implementing a program because there is liability for both MGM and FNBO. The issue with fraud could potentially harm the company's well-known brand name. And then the second threat is the competition with other casinos that have already implemented a credit card. One of the main competitors for MGM is the Caesars Rewards Visa card. While Caesars does not have a hotel location in Ohio, they do have multiple locations close by, including Indiana and Iowa. So MGM needs to be aware of what the competitor is offering to ensure that they have a competitive edge to win over some of these customers that are willing to open and spend on a credit card. So now I will discuss the strengths and weaknesses within the micro environment. The main strength is the recognition of MGM's brand name to the general public. The company has received many accolades, such as being named among Fortune's 2020 list of the world's most admired companies and ranked one of the best in the world in the category of hotels, casinos, and resorts. Not only has MGM been a prominent name for successful resorts, the company has also shown value in the communities where resorts reside. Jim Mirren, who is the retired chairman and CEO of MGM Resorts, said MGM has long believed that the far-reaching economic and social impact our organization has on people's lives, communities, and our shared planet comes with an obligation that extends beyond simply serving customers and growing bottom lines. So then the second strength that MGM provides is that all the properties have optimal locations within the resorts to utilize the technology for the M Life Rewards Mastercard program. There are premium locations on property at the M Life desk or cage, just depending on what the property would want to do, to store all the equipment needed for the implementation of the card, as well as security cameras to protect all employees and customers. Additionally, there are ample space within each property to market appropriately and generate awareness of the program. So now moving towards the weaknesses, the first weakness of MGM is the lack of resources due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Since we all know the pandemic was a struggle for the entire hospitality industry, MGM alone had over 70,000 employees, and they had a furlough around 63,000. And then specifically at Northfield Park, there were 937 employees who were furloughed. Now, while the company was able to rehire some of the employees, a majority of them were let go due to financial reasons. So with the limited resources on property, the implementation of the card would be very difficult. The program needs to utilize resources from multiple departments, including IT, on-property employees from the MLife desk and cage, corporate training teams, legal teams, senior executives, the marketing teams from both corporate and property levels, and I mean the list can go on for that. And then with that, the second weakness is the property's lack of willingness to implement such a large project. There would need to be changes within daily operations, storage of hardware, additional trainings for the MLife desk and cage personnel. And so while the program does generate revenue, most actually do not understand the financial impact, which would cause Northfield Park to be a little hesitant in investing all their resources and employees and additional trainings to implement a new program. In section 2, I'm going to talk about the goals and objectives. So there's two main goals of this technology implementation, and one is to enhance the value of being the MLife Rewards loyalty member, and the other is to improve the guest experience. So customers who sign up for the MLife Rewards Mastercard are able to enjoy more benefits by accruing points and converting them into experiences such as dining, room stays, and casino play at a faster rate than just a loyalty member. So by enhancing the value of the loyal customer, this increases visits as well as member engagement. This goal also helps target a new market of customers who might not be a part of the MGM loyalty program, let alone the credit card program. In order to achieve this goal, there are several objectives that need to be implemented as well. So the first objective is to source the technology that can tie MLife Rewards loyalty program to the MasterCard program. So FNBO and MGM will need to work closely together to ensure that they can adapt the technology systems to each other properly to integrate both. This includes installing the technology equipment into Northfield Park's property to ensure all items are safely accounted for and working properly. The second objective is to train all appropriate personnel on how to use the system. Not only will the employees need to understand the loyalty program, but also the regulations that come along with the credit card. And then the third objective is to gain awareness on both programs through on-property marketing, including digital screens, in-room presence, and marketing collateral. And now I will turn it over to Lita to take you through the second part of the presentation.
Thanks, Kelly. Hi, my name is Lita, and I will be presenting the rest of our presentation. Here we are in section 3, where we will discuss the technology and ROI calculations. In regards to technology, there are multiple steps to implement Instant Issue, which allows the property to provide a guest with a credit card instantly when approved. When the guest applies for the credit card while on property, the guest would need to provide proper identification for it to be processed correctly. Once processed, the employee receives a notice informing whether the customer was approved or not. If approved, the credit card prints immediately for the customer to use. The technology needed for this would be a credit card printer that includes a ribbon cartridge, accessibility to a shredder, a card safe where the cards are stored and locked, and all of the technology must be under security surveillance. Northfield Park's management team would need to designate a specific area for each hardware item, and the IT department would need to install the equipment properly to ensure that all passcodes are logged, cameras are set up, and any direct communication to FNBO is configured correctly. Now we will explore the various vendors to work with in order to execute this program. MGM currently uses Mastercard as their vendor. The Mastercard Benefits Optimizer, or MBO, enables MGM to offer the best mix of benefits for their cardholders from a Mastercard standpoint to an MGM loyalty aspect. Visa and American Express would be two other vendors to consider. Both vendors have the same functionality in that the card purchases can be linked to a loyalty program. A relevant Visa example is the World of Hyatt credit card, and examples from American Express include the Hilton's American Express Honors Card and Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant American Express Card. In both of these examples, customers can earn points after a specified spend amount within an initial time period and can earn multiplied points from spend on the card. These cards tie into each brand's loyalty program to maximize the customer's opportunity to earn points and rewards towards their experiences. Due to the similar functionality, MasterCard will be the vendor selected to implement the credit card at Northfield Park. MGM and MasterCard have maintained a good working relationship, and it would be seamless to add to another property. Now we will address ROI calculations. The estimated cost for the technology implementation is $100,000, which includes IT maintenance, installation, hardware, and marketing. This cost will cover all involvement in MGM's resources with their IT teams, as well as physical space to place the hardware. In addition, there is also an estimated $10,000 in annual costs, which includes maintenance and upgrades to the hardware, as well as continuous training of employees. This investment is not small due to the high upfront costs, so it will be important to generate profit for the company in order to maintain the program. In order to reach a positive ROI, the property's goal is to reach 10 applications per day. Based on a report from the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, the credit card applicant approval rate is close to 40%. If the property was able to acquire 10 applications each day, the assumption would be that out of those 10, the property would have 4 approved accounts. This would mean that the property would acquire 1,460 approved accounts per year. If the company receives $1 per approved applicant, the property would earn $1,460 per year. The company also receives revenue based on spend from the card. The program currently has over 200,000 acquired accounts and 190,000 of them being active users, which is a 95% active cardholder rate. Assuming Northfield Park has the same activation rate, out of the 1,460 approved accounts per year, 1,387 would be considered active cardholders. If each guest spent an average of $6,000 per year on the card, which is $500 a month, and the company receives 2% per dollar spent, they would receive $120 per guest annually. The total amount generated per year would be $166,440. By combining revenues from both new applications and card expenditures, the total amount earned would be $167,900. This revenue generated would cover the initial $100,000 investment, ongoing annual costs, and more. Now we will highlight the benefits to this technology. The main benefit of this program is the customer's overall experience with MGM. The customer can earn reward points faster while on property, can start spending on their card immediately, and redeem points for a variety of experiences based on their preferences. Due to the enhanced experience, it increases member engagement and spend by generating more visits to properties. Ultimately, the company sees the financial benefit of generating revenue based on new approved applicants and customer spend on the card. Another benefit is that the company gains more customer data from FNBO. The bank can share data gained through the credit card applicants and provide a more detailed analysis on the customers. By having more information on their customers, MGM can analyze their customer base and strategically acquire more loyalty members as well as credit card holders. Positive results would mean that the property hit their goal of 10 applications submitted per month. Monthly reporting will be given to MGM from FNBO that records all application submissions as well as approved accounts. By reviewing this report, MGM is able to monitor the progress made by the property and compare it to the other resorts that have already implemented the credit card. However, if the property does not meet their goals, MGM would be hesitant to remove the program altogether due to the cost put into it getting the program up and running. If that is the case, other key methods to track the program's success is to review their engagement with their employees with new and updated training sessions. There would need to be more engagement with the senior leadership within the property. To finish, Kelly and I have enjoyed exploring the M-Life Rewards Mastercard credit card launch project at the MGM Northfield Park location. We would like to thank you for your time and attending our presentation.